Yes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to PPS Theory Sessions. Just in a previous lecture, we had started our Unit 3, where we are actually going to have a look at control structures in C, how we can control the flow of our code to execute it, right? We have seen a number of things from this part. So, simple statement we had gone for, a normal statement that we are using from, let's say, many lectures, or even you have started writing some code. So you have written normal statements. All the normal simple statements will end with a semicolon. It can be assignment statement, it can be some mathematical operation, it can be some getting or printing values, anything, right? And then we jump towards the control statement, where we do have two types of control statement. If we simply want to have a branch, then conditional branching. And if we want to iterate, if we want to run same code multiple times, then the looping statement. We started with the conditional branching, and we have four different types of conditional branching statements, like if else, switch case, conditional operator that we have already seen in unit number 1 or 2, and the go to statement. We jump to the if else statement first, where we have four different types of if else's: only if, without else. Then we have if else. Then we have nested of if else, right? This is what we have looked. And the flow chart and example. Then we have else if ladder, if you want to have multiple conditions to be checked one after another. And the last example that we discussed in a previous lecture was the switch statement. If we have multiple options and if we want to select one option from that, we may go for switch statement also, right? And we have looked at the syntaxes and example codes for all these things. Now, before jump to the go to statement, look, go to is again unconditional branching, because we do not give any condition to the go to statement. If we explicitly want to have some condition, we need to write if statement before we use go to, right? Well, let's do one thing. Let's have a look at go to statement example, the theory part, and then we will jump to the examples of if else, nested if else if later, and switch case. Go to, look, we have go to statement. Um, it is kind of a bad programming to use go to statement. We do have support of go to, and if you want to use it, you can. Let us see how we can use, right? What it says, a go to statement, when we say go to some place, then you are skipping some part. Well, using go to, you can achieve both. You can skip, you can branch, and you can iterate also. I'll show you how, right? So what is go to statement? You have to use go to keyword and then some label. Now, some label. So in our program, we might have some kind of label. Let us see how we can have those labels. So there are two types of jumps. Now, using go to, if I jump in a forward direction, then this is what the example we are looking right now is the same one. We will also see the backward jump. Let's focus here, forward jump. So we say go to some label. Now, how to define that label. So somewhere inside your entire program, you will have that same label and semicolon. Sorry, not semicolon, colon only, double dots. So some label. Now this label is nothing but identifier. Need to follow all the rules of identifier. Okay. So that's kind of a label, and we say go to this label. Now what program will do is whenever go to statement is executed, it is directly going to jump to that label and then continue the execution from that label, which means you have skipped all these portions. This has been skipped. This part of your code has been skipped. It is not going to be executed. Now, as you can see in go to statement, I haven't written any of the condition. So whenever I execute go to, it is going to jump to the label. Well, अगर ऐसा ही है, अगर without condition मुझे jump करना ही है, then why should I write this code? So that's the first question. इसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं? Actually explicit condition हम लिखेंगे. If some condition, then go to some place. Now explicitly we have to write conditions here. Then and then there is some meaning of writing this code here. Okay. So यहाँ पे हमें explicitly condition लिखनी होगी. Otherwise go to statement तो हर बार jump कर देगा. Fine. Well, so that's forward jump. Now we can also have a backward jump, because go to statement, what it says, you have to jump to the given label. अब वो label कहीं पे भी हो सकता है. अगर label आगे कहीं पे है, then it is a forward jump. अगर वो label पीछे कहीं पे है, means before your go to statement, तो वो backward jump हो जाएगा. So syntax is same, go to, and then you have to give the label. Your label must be there inside your file with colon symbol. Now if you jump in a backward direction, तो problem क्या होगा? Have a look at this. At this place you are saying that go to backward place. Now you jump here and again you start executing your program line by line. So आगे जाके फिर से उसको go to मिलेगा, and it is going to jump in the backward direction and then execute all the code. So this is going to be repeated. So whenever you have backward jump, it is going to repeatedly execute your part of the code. Now if you do not maintain this go to statement execution properly, तो वो infinite loop हो जाएगा. यहाँ से कभी बाहर निकलेगा ही नहीं वो, right? So that's one more problem going for go to statement. And to avoid this thing, again we need to have some condition and then go to some label. So based on a condition you should use, if you are using go to, you should have some condition before that. Otherwise it is going to create some kind of a problem here. Fine. So yeah, Vyom is asking, go to works like hyperlink. No, actually not hyperlink. When we say hyperlink, it is a web concept. Forget it. It is just kind of a label. You have to jump to that label. Now that label can be in a forward direction, can be in a backward direction. If it is in forward direction, you will skip some part. If it is in a backward direction, then you are going to repeat some part. Okay. Yeah, so that's what the go to statement is. But still I will suggest that avoid using go to statement. Whenever you want something like this one, you always go for if else and loop. Now let us have a look at the examples of if else's, and once we complete those examples, we will see what is looping, how we can loop something, how we can iterate something. Okay. Yeah, Dharmik is saying, if we want to skip program, why we write middle portion of program? Yeah, that's the reason. If we always want to skip that part, then why should we write it? ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कि मुझे हर बार वो skip करना है, तो फिर मैं उसे लिखूंगा ही नहीं. And that's why I'm saying कि अगर वो skip करना ही है, तो ऐसे तो इससे तो अच्छा है कि आप लिखो ही ना. But there may be some kind of a requirement where based on some condition you will decide whether I should execute this or whether I should skip it. So in a way आपको condition तो चाहिए ही चाहिए. अगर condition चाहिए तो फिर आप if else use कर लो. Go to क्यों use करते हो? Fine. Yeah. So let's have a look at if else and switch and all those examples, and then we will come back to this one, and after that we will see the looping part. Okay, so let us jump to the example. Now here we are going to create some code, and we'll be looking at those examples. First of all, let us have a look at the example of simple if statement. Okay, so let's say only let me call it lecture practice, nothing else, documentation part. Okay, and we want to have a look at here the basic example of let's have one number, let's call it a equals to 5, can be anything. Right now I'm just explaining something, and we want to test if then into the bracket your condition. Now this is what the syntax is, then curly brackets, and inside that curly bracket you can have executable part. Okay, so this is what the syntax is. Now at this place condition, we can test our condition whether a is greater equals to 5 or not, yes or no. If it is greater than 5 or equals to 5, I'm going to execute this part, printf yes a is greater or let's say equal to 5. A simple message, nothing else. So if we execute this thing, yeah, it needs to select language. Then if we execute this thing, it is going to give us a message. Because a is equals to 5, this condition becomes true, and if this is true, it is going to execute this part, and it prints that message. Now if I say that I have a equals to 2, and then if I execute this one, then I'm not going to have anything on the output screen, because this condition becomes false. Now if this is false, it is not going to execute this block. It will simply skip this block and jump to the next statement. So we don't have any output here. And this is the very basic example of if. Now next was we can have else part. What if that condition is false? अगर ये condition गलत है and at that time आपको कुछ perform करना है तो आप else part भी लिख सकते हो. So we can have else part here, and we can say no, a is not greater or equals to 5. Fine. And now if I execute this thing, तो ये condition false हो जाएगा because a is 2. अगर ये condition गलत हुआ तो वो else part में जाके ये वाला printf execute करेगा, and we have that output here. So that's the basic condition, performing some basic conditions. Now this example was very much simple, but now you can understand that whenever you want to test something, you can test it. Let's say you ask user for age, so we declare a variable and then we print a message, please enter your age, and then we scan that variable here. So it's a integer, so %d, and then I'll say ampersand age, and then what we can do is we can check that age here. If that age is greater or equals to 18, then okay, you are allowed to attend this class, something like this. And if let's say your age is not 18, then please leave this class. You are not allowed, something like that. Sorry. Okay. And now if I run this code, I'm going to enter one age, let's say 31. Then it will say, okay, you are allowed to attend this class. Otherwise, it will say, please leave this class. You are not allowed. And this is again a message, but instead of this message, you can perform something. So if senior citizen is there, then you can say that, okay, I'm going to give him 6% interest. Otherwise, I'm going to give him 3% interest. So percentage based interest will be calculated inside these blocks. Yeah. So that's the basic application of if else. Now we want to have a look at the let's say else if later. अगर एज 18 से ज्यादा है देन ओके, अगर वो 18 से कम है तो मुझे और भी कुछ चेक करना है. 18 से कम है लेकिन वो मान सकता हूँ कि वो ग्रेटर देन 5 हो सकता है. So in that case what we should go for is we should go for else if later. So if it is not equal or greater than 18, तो else में जाके, look, we can have nesting part also. Let's have a look at nesting. In the else part, I can have another if. Okay. And for that internal if, we can have another else. So look, inside this else, I have another if else. Here I can test another condition. Let's say वो 18 से तो ज़्यादा नहीं है, वो पहले ही डिसाइड हो चुका है, तभी हम यहाँ पे आएंगे. अब यहाँ पे मैं ये चेक करता हूँ कि मान लो कि वो एज 5 या 5 से ज़्यादा हो सकती है. Now if your age is 5 or greater than 5, then I'll say that now we can have some different message here. Okay, you can go for school, or simple message. And if less than 5, then we'll say please leave this class, you are not allowed. So this is again a nesting example. So let me go and run this code and give some age between 5 to 18. So let's say 9. Then it will print a proper message. Okay, you can go to school. Now how we achieve this? So what is our age? Age is 9. It is always going to perform this condition first. Yeah. It says, okay, 9 is greater or equals to 18. No, that condition becomes false. अगर ये गलत हो गया तो वो else में जाएगा. And else के अंदर जाके, oh, फिर से एक condition. Let us check it out. What is your age? 9. 9 is greater or equals to 5. Well, yes. अगर ये condition true है तो इसके अंदर जाओ और print this message. And that's how we achieved this output here. So that's nesting. आप if के अंदर if else या else के अंदर if else लिख सकते हो. Now another approach to do this thing is we may go for else if later. ये condition जो है आपका else के साथ आ जाएगा. Else if your condition, then have your statement, then else, और ये एक extra bracket निकल जाएगा. Now this is the syntax of else if later, and this is much simple compared to nesting. So step by step अगर आपको कोई conditions check करते जाना है, then you may have else if later. और अगर ज़रूरत पड़े nesting की, like if you want to find out maximum out of 3, then आपको compulsory nesting में जाना पड़ेगा. and at that place you can use nesting also. So that that you are going to perform in a next lab, or maybe on Tuesday. Some of you have done it, and some of you might be doing that in a next lab, and so on. जब भी आपका lab session आएगा, you will be performing those things. There are a few students also which do not have any lab session till now, so let me do that thing. Finding a maximum number from 3, I'm going to perform here so that आपको nesting ज़्यादा clear हो जाए. Okay. So this is else if later. Now this is also going to work properly if I give the same number 9, then it'll print, okay, you can go for school. So if I print 9, enter, it still gives me go for school. Yeah. So this is else if later example. Now let as I promised, let's find out. Let us have number 1, number 2, and number 3. And we want to take those 3 numbers. So we'll say, please enter number 1. Look, we are going to so we are going well, Abhijit is asking Sunday ko aap hi le lo CSE ka lab. No, it's not possible, Abhijit. Well, you'll be having another faculty, and you'll be having your separate lab sessions. Okay. Yeah. So let's have a look at, focus on this example. Let's find out 3 numbers, maximum number from given 3 numbers. So we'll say, please enter number 1, and we'll have number 1 here. And I'm going to take 3 numbers one by one. I do prefer a separate scanf here. आप single scanf में लेना चाहते हो तो ले सकते हो. But what I prefer is I want to give my user a proper indication that he is entering number 1, then he's entering number 2, and so on. So we go for separate scanf. Now what we do here, we give a message and then we take one number. Then again we give a message, we take another number. Give a message, take third number. We have 3 numbers. So if you want to print it, you can have a printf. Look, how do मैं किस तरह से लिखता हूँ? Focus here. आपको ये एक आदत बनानी है कोडिंग के लिए. Whenever you write function name, printf is a function, okay? Whenever you write a function name, have a function bracket and complete your statement. Semicolon डाल दो लास्ट में, so आप भूलोगे नहीं. वरना बीच में कहीं पे लंबा मैसेज लिखते वक्त आप लास्ट में सेमीकोलन करना भूल जाओगे. So don't do that. Then again cursor को बीच में लेके जाओ. Have a double quote for your control string. फिर से आपके cursor को बीच में लेके जाओ and then you write your control string. So we say that, okay, you have entered %d for my first number, comma, %d for my second number, and %d for my third number. अब ये 3 %d प्लेस होल्डर्स हमने डाले हैं यहाँ पे कंट्रोल स्ट्रिंग के अंदर. Then we have to provide 3 variables so that we can print 3 numbers there. So we'll have first %d num1, second %d के लिए num2, and third %d के लिए num3. So ये पहले %d का वैल्यू num1 से मिलेगा. Corresponding mapping will be done here. Second %d num2, third %d num3. Okay, so we are going to give a message. You have entered these things, and I want to create a new line here, so /n after this. Now what we want is we want to perform some conditions. We want to actually find out which one is a maximum or minimum from these 3. Let's say we want to find out maximum. अब 3 वैल्यू को हम एक साथ कंपेयर कैसे करेंगे हमें अभी नहीं पता है. We don't know that yet right now. और इंटेंशनली मैं आपको एक फ्लो ऐसा दिखाऊंगा जिसमें आपको नेस्टेड इफ एल्स यूज करना पड़े so that we can understand that thing. Okay, So let's find out. सबसे पहले हम num1 और num2 को कंपेयर करते हैं, and let's say num1 is greater than num2, then I'm going to perform something at this place. Otherwise I'm going to perform the else part. So we have one condition. अगर ये condition true है तो हम यहाँ पे जाके we can interpret that num1 is greater here, and in the else part we can interpret that num2 is greater, right? So that's what the interpretation we can have. Now when we say that okay, 1 और 2 में से 1 बड़ा है, ये हमें पता चल गया, तो अब 1 को हम 3 के साथ भी कंपेयर कर सकते हैं. So to have that comparison we go for nesting here. What we do here is we compare num1 with num3. अब अगर ये सेकंड कंडीशन में भी आप बोलोगे कि num1 is greater than num3, so you can interpret num1 is greater. अदरवाइज आप क्या बोलोगे, एल्स पार्ट में आप बोलोगे कि चलो यहाँ इस कंडीशन में मुझे कौन सा मिला, num3 is greater. So these are our interpretations from those conditions. Same if else block I can have here. और अगर यहाँ पे मुझे num2 greater मिला था तो मैं num2 को कंपेयर करूंगा 3 के साथ, and I can say yes, 2 is greater, otherwise 3 is greater. Now those were our interpretation. Now अब ये बोलो कि 1 2 में से 1 बड़ा है, 1 3 में से 1 बड़ा है, then definitely 1 is the greater one. We can print that message. Largest number is परसेंटेज डी करके हमें जो भी बड़ा नंबर मिला है उसको प्रिंट करना है. सो आई विल प्रिंट num1 here. Now every time we have to give same message. मैसेज तो मुझे यही देना है, लार्जेस्ट नंबर इज, लेकिन जब मैं नंबर प्रिंट करूंगा आई एम गोइंग टू चेंज माय वेरिएबल. अगर num1 बड़ा है तो num1 को प्रिंट करो. इफ num3 is greater then you print num3 at this place. Similarly here you interpret num2 is greater, so you print num2 or you print num3. So this is how you can go for nested if else, right? Now let's quickly run this code and have a look at the output here. Dharmik is asking, ampersand will not come in printf. No. Listen everyone, आप अपने माइंड में एक स्टेटमेंट फिट कर लो. अभी के लिए आप एक स्टेटमेंट फिट कर लो, एम्परसेंड कहाँ पे आएगा इसके लिए. सो रिमेंबर समथिंग लाइक दिस, स्कैनएफ में एम्परसेंड आएगा, प्रिंटएफ में एम्परसेंड नहीं आएगा. यू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग, स्कैनएफ में एम्परसेंड आएगा, प्रिंटएफ में एम्परसेंड नहीं आएगा. Repeat this statement in your mind multiple times, so you are going to remember it. Now when we see pointers, at that time you will be much clear with ampersand sign. Ampersand is actually address operator, और वो हम बाद में discuss करेंगे. Yeah, so this program is asking me to enter number 1. Let me give 6. वो मुझसे दूसरा नंबर मांग रहा है, let me give 3. and वो तीसरा नंबर मांग रहा है, let me give 9. So it printed you have entered 6 3 and 9, और उसने बता दिया largest number is 9. Now how this has been executed? So we have 6 3 and 9. सबसे पहले num1 num2 को कंपेयर करो. So we are going to compare 6 and 3. 6 is greater than 3, yes, तो हम if के अंदर जाएंगे. When you go inside if, आप पूरा else block neglect करोगे, ये else कभी execute होगा ही नहीं. It is going to be skipped क्योंकि हम if के अंदर चले गए. Okay. Now when we go inside if, we already know that num1 is greater. 6 और 3 में से 6 बड़ा है. Excuse me. Yeah. So Now we are going to compare 6 with the third number, which is 9. So we compare 6 is greater than 9. No, ये condition false हो गया. अगर ये condition false हो गया तो हम if block को skip करके else में जाएंगे and we print this thing. So num3, that is 9, we have as an output. Excuse me again. Yeah, so that's how this happens. Yeah, if we take two numbers same, if I take all three numbers same, then it is going to print the last printf here. But as long as you have num1, num2, num3 all are equal, ये वाला printf execute हुआ या ये वाला आपको पता नहीं चलेगा. So if I run this code, still it is going to work. Let me give 5, 5, 5. So it says you have entered 5, 5 and 5. Largest number is 5. ये वर्क करेगा, ये कोड में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट आपको ये नहीं पता चलेगा कि ये प्रिंटफ जो है लास्ट में लार्जेस्ट नंबर इज 5, ये वाला स्टेटमेंट जो है वो कौन से प्रिंटफ से मुझे मिला. नाउ इफ यू वांट टू ट्रेस इट, यू कैन. लेट अस ट्रेस. आपको पता चलेगा कि ये एग्जीक्यूट हुआ क्यों. So we have first condition, 5 is greater than 5. No, it is not greater. तो आप कहाँ पे जाओगे? Else में. Else में जाके मैं num2, what is num2? Num2 is 5. Num3, it is also 5. 5 is greater than 5. No, तो ये वाला if भी false हो गया. आप कहाँ पे जाओगे? Else में. और ये वाला printf आप execute करोगे. And that's what the output you have here. Okay. Viraj is saying, sir, thoda slow. Fine. But look, we have discussed all these things in a last lecture, syntaxes and the flowcharts. So I just show you how this is being executed. Yeah, Aryan is asking, what if we have characters? Well, at the end, you store it in integer number, so it will be compared. और अगर यहाँ पे आप इंटीजर की जगह पे कैरेक्टर लेते हो and when you take your input you have %c, still it is going to work because at the end character are stored with the ASCII value और ASCII value integer number है. We know that. Okay, so this is also going to work. A B C में से बड़ा कौन है? It is going to say C is the greater one. Okay. Yeah, so that's how this can be achieved. Now this example was to understand nested if else. आप सेम थिंग बड़ा नंबर आप और तरीकों से भी फाइंड कर सकते हो. लेट मी शो यू दैट थिंग. फॉर दैट आई एम गोइंग टू कमेंट दिस एंटायर ब्लॉक. ओके, मैंने ये पूरा पार्ट जो है वो कमेंट करके रख दिया. अभी वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू एक्सिक्यूट दिस थिंग. व्हाट वी विल डू इज we'll go for another approach. I'm going for only if. I don't want else anywhere. मुझे सिर्फ ये डिसाइड करना है कि printf largest number is number 1. This is what I want to decide. उसके लिए मैं कुछ conditions यहाँ पे लिखूंगा. And same way I can have 2 more if to decide whether 2 is the largest number or 3 is the largest number. Now this is also possible way, another approach to find out the largest number, but you have to write your conditions properly. Now how do you decide? आप क्या करोगे? num1 को दोनों के साथ कंपेयर करोगे. You are saying that num1 is greater than num or करना num greater than num3. Fine, this is what you want to check. Now this is one condition, this is another condition, और आप ये बोलोगे कि ये दोनों कंडीशन अगर एक साथ ट्रू होती है तभी आपका num1 ग्रेटर होगा. Now when you want to combine your multiple conditions, you can have a logical operators, logical AND. So how you can read this is num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3. तो मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि num1 is the largest number. Now similarly, we can write other if statements also. At this place, I'm going to compare num2 with num1 and num2 with num3. अगर number 1 दोनों से बड़ा है तो num2 is the largest number मैं print करूँगा. And the same way, what we can do here is we are going to compare num3 with num1 and num3 with num2. अगर number 3 दोनों से बड़ा है तो मैं print करूँगा num3 is the largest one. Now this is another approach. Now this is going to work only if you have different number. अगर आपने सारे नंबर एक equal दे दिए, then it is not going to work properly. I'll show you. So let us save or let us run this code now. And this is also possible combining two conditions with logical operator, logical AND, logical OR you can use. So I'm going to give three values, 3, 5 and 7. So it says you have entered 357 and the largest number is 7. So it is working, but it is not going to work if I give equal number. So if we give 555, then it prints you have entered 555, but then there is no message. What is largest number? We don't have any message here. Now why is this the case? Let us understand. अब यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया, हमने strictly greater condition check किया. We only check greater condition. If it is not greater, तो हमने else part तो लिखा ही नहीं. We are not bothering about equality and less than part. When we were having else section, तो ये else वाला जो part है वो equal को consider करता था. अगर ये नंबर इक्वल है तो वो else में हैंडल हो जाता था, लेकिन यहाँ पे हमने else तो लिखा ही नहीं. सो दिस इज अ स्ट्रिक्ट ग्रेटर कंडीशन. अगर इक्वल है तो कोई चेक करने वाला ही नहीं है. एंड दैट्स वाई अगर सारे नंबर्स इक्वल है तो ये सारी तीनों के तीनों इफ कंडीशंस फॉल्स हो जाएगी और हमें एक भी प्रिंटफ स्टेटमेंट नहीं मिलेगा. सो वी डोंट हैव एनी आउटपुट देयर. So if you want to go for equality condition, okay, then you may have it. You may have here equality condition, greater equals to, greater equals to, greater equals to, and something like that. Well, so that's one more approach to find out the largest number from given 3. Well, that's so what we have seen if, we have seen if else, we have seen else if ladder also, and we have seen nested if else. Okay, now let us have a look at the switch statement. Let me write it here. I don't want to save this code, so let's change the same one. Now here, let me show you the first program of your practical list. It says you create a calculator. Look, first program doesn't require switch case, लेकिन मैं उसी program को थोड़ा अच्छा बना के दिखाना चाहता हूँ. So let's go for it. Where it says you take two numbers and perform some calculations. Okay. Now what I want to do here is let me have everything float. Otherwise आपको typecasting करना पड़ेगा. Right? So or else let's go for it. Let's have integer number 1 and number 2. अगर दोनों नंबर इंटीजर है तो आपका एडिशन भी इंटीजर होगा, सब्ट्रैक्शन भी इंटीजर होगा, एंड योर multiplication will also be integer, लेकिन num1 को num2 से अगर डिवाइड करते हो तो डिवीजन आंसर जो है वो फ्लोट आना चाहिए. So let's have division in float variable. So I have declared all those variables, num1, num2, all these are just a variable. Now let us take those two numbers from user. So we say please enter number 1 and enter number 2. We have those two numbers here. So now what we can do is we can perform those operations. We can add those two numbers, num1 plus num2. We can subtract one number from another. So let's say num1 minus num2. We can calculate multiplication of those two numbers. So we say num1 multiply by num2. Okay. And we can also calculate division. So we say num1 divide by num2. And what we want now is we actually want to print those answers. Printf addition, and then I want to print the answer here, %d, and the value of that %d will come from add variable. Sorry. So now what we can do here is we can have 4 different printf. Here we can say subtraction. I'm not going to type everything. Let's have sub, multiplication, let's have mul variable, and division, let's have dv variable. Look, dv variable is float, so we should go for %f here. Okay, still you are not going to have perfect answer. I'll tell you why, but let us test this. Okay, so right now what we do is we take two numbers, we perform all 4 operations, and we print all 4 answers here. Let's run this code and let us give 2 numbers. So my first number is 4 and second number is 2. So what we have, addition is 6. Okay, I need to go for /n. We'll do that. Then subtraction is 2. Fine. Multiplication is 8. That is also fine. Division is 2. That is also fine. But it's not proper. Let me show you. First, let us create /n. So everything will be printed on a new line. And now let us run this code one more time. And now let me give first number is 5, second number is 2, and see what is the answer. 5 plus 2 is 7, perfect. 5 minus 2 is 3, that is also perfect. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10, also perfect. But 5 divided by 2 should be 2.5. What we have here, it's 2.0, which means our division calculation is not being done properly. Why? Let me tell you. Look, number 1 is integer, number 2 is also integer. So this entire expression is going to be performed on the integer values. 5 divided by 2. And your answer is also going to be calculated based on integer value. So 2.5 integer part is only 2. अब वो 2 आपने dv में स्टोर किया, which is your float variable. आपका वेरिएबल फ्लोट है, लेकिन ये कैलकुलेशन फ्लोट में नहीं हो रहा है. So for that, refer the explicit type casting, type conversion. मैं क्या करूंगा, explicitly ये दोनों में से कोई एक को float बना दूंगा. And how we can do that thing? Variable के आगे bracket के अंदर आप data type लिख दो. So now मैंने forcefully number 1 को float बना दिया. So that is now 5.0. Instead of 5, it is 5.0. अब ये float है और ये integer है, तो ये स्टेटमेंट एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए C को फोर्सफुली टाइपकास्टिंग करना पड़ेगा नंबर 2 का. अब नंबर 2 इंटीजर से फ्लोट में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. नाउ बोथ नंबर्स आर फ्लोट. 5.0 डिवाइड बाय 2.0. योर फाइनल कैलकुलेशन विल बी इन फ्लोट, और वो फाइनल आंसर आप डीवी में स्टोर करोगे. So now we are going to have perfect answer here. Number 1 is 5, number 2 is 2, and as you can see, your answer is 2.5 now. Okay. और perfectly अगर आप width भी define करना चाहते हो, then percentage 0.2f, मतलब decimal point के बाद मुझे 2 ही digit चाहिए, मुझे 6 digit नहीं चाहिए. So we can also go for this formatting string, and now you can have 2.50 decimal point के बाद 2 digit. Well, so this is what you can do as a practical one in your practical list. Now, as I said, I want to make some changes here, right? So let me do those changes here. And what we want is, we want to ask user what you want to perform. आपको addition perform करना है, आपको subtraction perform करना है, multiplication करना है, या division करना है. What exactly you want to perform here? Let us ask user. So we will give user options. Options. On a new line, I'm going to have multiple printfs. Okay, my first option is add, and then I'm going to create few more options here. So my second option will be subtract. My third option will be multiplication, and my fourth option will be division. And let us have /n everywhere. So I'm going to print these options on a new line. And then again, I'll print a message. Please enter your choice. अगर यूजर के पास से मैं एक चॉइस मांग रहा हूं, then I should take that choice here using scanf. Now user knows कि okay 1 2 3 4 है, तो मुझे 1 2 3 या 4 एंटर करना होगा. So let's have that choice in integer variable choice. Okay, so we are going to have that choice here, percentage d ampersand choice. So what we have done, we have asked user to enter two numbers. Then we have printed all the choices, and we have asked user to enter a proper choice here. Now, based on user's choice, I want to perform these things. And that's where switch case is going to help us. So the syntax is something like switch, then expression, case, then value, colon, executable part, and you should break your cases. Now this is the syntax. Switch, then your expression. अब इस expression की जो भी value आती है, उसके लिए आप एक से ज़्यादा case define करोगे, case and value. अगर ये value है, तो आपको ये execute करना है and then break it. So you can have number of cases like this. Okay. And अगर एक भी value fulfill नहीं होती है, then you can have default case also. So this is the syntax. Let me again explain. Switch is a keyword, then bracket में आपको expression देना है. Expression मतलब कोई भी statement, कोई ऐसा statement जो एक value calculate करके आंसर दे. अब वो जो भी value होगी, अगर वो ये पहले वाले केस की वैल्यू है तो आप ये परफॉर्म करो, अगर ये दूसरे वाले केस की वैल्यू है तो आप ये परफॉर्म करो, अगर वो थर्ड केस की वैल्यू है तो आप ये परफॉर्म करो, एंड सो ऑन. अगर एक भी वैल्यू नहीं है, देन यू गो फॉर डिफॉल्ट केस. सो व्हाट वी वांट इज एक्सप्रेशन की जगह पे हमारा वेरिएबल आ जाएगा चॉइस। मुझे क्या चेक करना है? आई वांट टू चेक चॉइस। अब उसकी पॉसिबल वैल्यूज क्या हो सकती है? सो इट्स पॉसिबल वैल्यू इज ईदर 1 और 2 और सॉरी और 3, या तो फिर उसकी पॉसिबल वैल्यू हो सकती है 4। सो मैंने 4 केस बना दिए यहाँ पे। और अगर यूजर ने 1 2 3 4 के अलावा कुछ भी दिया, 9 10 11 50 कुछ भी दिया, देन आई एम गोइंग टू हैव डिफॉल्ट केस। सो अगर यूजर कोई गलत वैल्यू डालता है तो मैं डिफॉल्ट केस में जाऊंगा। Now what we exactly want to do inside those cases? So what is one? One is add. तो केस 1 के अंदर मुझे एडिशन करना है। So I can bring this code at this place. मैं एडिशन यहाँ पे कर सकता हूँ और उसको प्रिंट भी कर सकता हूँ। ओके, सो केस 1 में हम क्या करेंगे? वी आर गोइंग टू ऐड दोज टू नंबर्स एंड वी विल प्रिंट एडिशन एंड देन ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट। अब ये क्या करेगा? इफ यू आर एक्सिक्यूटिंग योर केस 1 एंड देन इफ यू एक्सिक्यूट ब्रेक, तो वो ये पूरे स्विच केस को ब्रेक कर देगा। आफ्टर यू हैव एक्सिक्यूटेड वन केस, लीव और स्कीप ऑल अदर केसेस। दैट इज व्हाट ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट विल डू। अगर आप ब्रेक नहीं लिखते हो तो केस 1 के बाद ब्रेक नहीं है तो वो 2 भी एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, 2 के बाद ब्रेक नहीं है तो वो 3 भी एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, एंड सो ऑन, लाइन बाय लाइन एग्जीक्यूशन चलता जाएगा। रिमेंबर, अगर आप ब्रेक नहीं लिखते हो तो एग्जीक्यूशन लाइन बाय लाइन आगे बढ़ेगा। सो एक्सप्लिसिटली हमें बोलना पड़ेगा कि केस 1 अगर एग्जीक्यूट किया है, देन यू ब्रेक फ्रॉम दिस प्लेस, यहां से बाहर निकल जाओ। So that's what the break statement will do. Now similarly, what we can do is we can bring our subtraction here. We can bring our multiplication here in the third one. And we can have the fourth case here. So we have defined all those cases. अब default के अंदर मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? I can give user a proper message. Now जब भी message देना है, simply go for printf. Tell him you have entered invalid choice. Enter. अगर उसने 1 2 3 4 के अलावा कुछ भी दिया तो हम ये मैसेज दे देंगे, यू हैव एंटर्ड इनवैलिड चॉइस। आप आगे कुछ नहीं कर सकते। सो दिस इज व्हाट a switch case will do. It is not going to perform all the cases, it is going to perform only one based on a choice. So let's run this code and have a look at the output now. So सबसे पहले तो उसने नंबर 1 नंबर 2 मांग लिया। Let's give it 5 and then 2. उसके बाद उसने ऑप्शंस प्रिंट कर दिए। ओके, ऑप्शंस 1 ऐड, 2 सब, 3 मल, 4 डिवी, एंड देन इट आस्क्स एंटर योर चॉइस। ओके, मुझे 1 2 3 4 में से कुछ डालना है। इफ आई गिव 2 तो उसने सब प्रिंट किया, सबट्रैक्शन इज 3 एंड डन विद द एग्जीक्यूशन। सो मैं जो भी चॉइस सिलेक्ट करूंगा वो पर्टिकुलर वही आंसर मुझे देगा यहाँ पे। ओके, if I run this code one more time and we select some other choices, let's say 5 and 2, लेकिन इस बार मुझे डिवीजन करना है, so choice is 4, it gives me division answer. So based on your choice you are going to perform it. अब यहाँ पे आप थोड़ा ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हो अपने कोड को। You need not to have all these variables separately, क्योंकि at a time आप एक ही ऑपरेशन करते हो। So instead of having these two different variables, let us have answer. Every time I'm going to make these calculations in answer. सो एडिशन भी आंसर में होगा, सब्ट्रैक्शन भी आंसर में, मल्टीप्लिकेशन या तो डिवीजन, कुछ भी है, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी परफॉर्म्ड इन आंसर वेरिएबल। और मैं वो आंसर एकदम लास्ट में प्रिंट कर सकता हूँ। मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, और लेट्स हैव इट, वी वांट टू हैव एडिशन, सब्ट्रैक्शन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, ऐसा मैसेज चाहिए, देन लेट इट बी इनसाइड। लेकिन यहाँ पे आप क्या कर सकते हो, यू कैन प्रिंट आंसर, ऑलवेज यू कैन प्रिंट आंसर instead of different variables. You can have your answer variable single. Still, if I run, no change in the output, remember? Yeah, okay. Whenever I print my answer, it should not be %d because my answer is float. But we'll see later. Right now, we only have warnings. If I give 5, input 5, it is not responding. So just wait. Even time is over, so we have to conclude this session also. Let me quickly reload my page and have the same code here and then execute. So if I give 5 and 2, then it will ask me options. If I say 4, then it will print proper answer. Still output is same, right? So no change there, but we have reduced the number of variables here. So less prone to errors. कम वेरिएबल्स हैं, कम याद रखने पड़ेंगे, कम चांसेस होंगे एरर जनरेट होने के, राइट? दैट्स वन पॉइंट। अनदर पॉइंट, अगर वेरिएबल कम है तो आप मेमोरी कम यूज करोगे, बट दैट्स द ऑप्टिमाइजेशन पॉइंट। आप जैसे ही आगे बढ़ोगे थर्ड फोर्थ सेमेस्टर में आपको ज्यादा पता चलेगा। Dharmik is asking, what if you want to execute 2 cases at the same time? Well, it's not possible. If you want to run 2 cases, मतलब आपको repeat करना है. You want to repeat this process. और repetition के लिए we are going to have a look at loop in next lecture. I'm going to show you the same example with looping. Okay? आप ये पूरे कोड को लूप के अंदर डाल सकते हो. Then you can say जितनी बार आपको ये कोड एग्जीक्यूट करना है, you can do that. So that we will learn with loop. So thank you everyone. And in the next lecture, we are going to have a look at iterations or the looping part, looping control structure. Yeah, thank you. And you may leave this meeting now. It's over. Yeah.